Now, one thing about the Barbz is that they will investigate, okay, and they will check for any cryptic messages or signs in anything that Nicki Minaj posts. And this time, it seems like they are convinced that Nicki Minaj might be working on a soundtrack to the movie Hunger Games. Now, I'm also going to talk about Halle Bailey and DDG and Rubi Rose. Honestly speaking, this situation is making me want to puke. And at the same time, I also want to talk about this entire Blac Chyna facing backlash about her honorary degree, and people were absolutely not feeling it at all. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. So, first of all, I'm going to talk about this entire Halle Bailey situation and DDG. I mean, I did do a video before, and I told you guys that DDG is now showing signs of not being able to handle a girl who's mostly going to outshine him, for the rest of their lives. Because listen, each time that Halle is making the news, he comes in with some clownery stuff, and I don't even understand if there's any sort of brain in his head, because clearly he's very unashamed of being this problematic. Like, he will literally do anything for clout. Okay, for those of you who do not know, DDG actually started up on YouTube, and I guess that entire clickbaiting thing, he just doesn't know when to stop. All right, he doesn't know when things are bigger than YouTube clout, or I don't know, whatever this clout is that is always chasing. Because listen, right now, the official soundtrack to the Little Mermaid just came out. Of course, the movie came out as well, and people are talking about Halle Bailey left, right, and center. And it seems like that's not sitting well with this little boy, because the antics that is now pulling, like being on a song, and the song is talking about Rubi Rose, he knew the reaction that this is going to actually get. And honestly speaking, I'm just sad for Halle. Honestly, I am sad for Halle, and I don't think that she deserves all this nonsense. I hope that she never turns back to this guy, because he is a clown. He's a clown. Like, how are you going to come up here and drop some controversial lines right when the Little Mermaid is actually coming out, and it's not even just something that is for you and Halle, or for Halle alone. It's for a lot of black girls out there, and it's just sad. If you ask me, in my own opinion, it doesn't make any sense. All right. And of course, Rubi Rose obviously enjoyed that. She went on Twitter and was basically bragging that, oh my God, this guy loves me, he can keep my name out of his mouth and things like that. And honestly speaking, I do not even like Rubi Rose, in terms of, like, since she started being this messy with Halle. But this time, I mean, I do understand why she would feel like this guy is actually obsessed, or over her, because who does that? Like, your girl, or I don't know if they broke up, but I think they did break up, okay? And in such a moment, that's when you decide to drop a song that literally mentions your ex. I know he knew the reaction that this was going to get, and I think from, like, now the key is just to divert people, from Halle's greatness. And I hope, if they have broken up, that Halle doesn't really look back, and go back to this guy, because he is a clown. Now, moving on to the next thing that I'm going to be talking about, the alleged soundtrack to the movie Hunger Games. Now, you guys, Nicki Minaj posted a video on TikTok, and basically used one of the sounds, of the Hunger Games. And some Barbz are actually convinced that this might be Nicki Minaj signaling that, she's going to be making a soundtrack to the movie Hunger Games. And now, do I think that this could be true? I'm indifferent about it. Now, has Nicki Minaj in the past ever used cryptic messages to let her fans know that something is cooking up? She has. Now, would I be happy if she really does do the soundtrack? Obviously, I would be. That's more back to her, okay? And now, some people were saying that this was basically a mistake, the sound that she used. Now, do I think that could have been a mistake? Absolutely. And you guys do know that sometimes TikTok, when you upload your video or you upload your pictures, it does suggest some sounds for you. Sometimes, like when you click on the add button there, it will give you like an option of a soundtrack that's probably trending or what, and you would have to click further to actually change it. So that could have been one of those situations. But either way, if she does really end up making this soundtrack, I would be here for it. All right, I love to see Nicki Minaj winning because I feel like she really deserves it, in my own opinion. So do hop into the comment section and let me know what you think about this entire situation. All right, now moving on to the final thing that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about Angela White, also known as Blac Chyna, but now who prefers to be known as Angela White because she is born again now. So Angela White, in an interview, basically mentioned that entire situation of her having like a degree. And listen, Annie, the internet was not feeling it, and people were like, you know what, these honorary degrees should be banned because people work their behinds off, to earn these degree titles, to earn these doctorates, and somebody just comes, tweaks a little bit, and the next thing they're given a degree, and people just feel like it's absolutely not fair to those people who actually work their behinds off in order to, in order to have these degrees. Now, you guys do hop into the comment section and let me know your sentiments about honorary degrees. Do you think that they are fair, or do you think that they should also be banned? Now, finally, still talking about Blac Chyna, she did reveal that, Tyga is one of her, favorite exes. And honestly speaking, I do believe that, because I believe that the time that Blac Chyna was with Tyga, she was radiant, like she was happy. You could tell that she's absolutely happy, and they were doing their little thing with Amber Rose. And honestly speaking, she was flourishing at that point, and I loved to see it. And you could tell that after Hurricane Kylie happened, she kind of took a very harsh turn, and I do believe that that breakup with Tiger really did affect her to a greater extent. And then Rob happened, and honestly speaking, yeah, I do see and agree that, yeah, she might actually be, telling the truth that Tyga was one of her best. However, do hop into the comment section and let me know what you think about that. Now, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time that I post. Until my next one. See you.